It is Let's Talk Arts and Entertainment on WMAY. My name is Kevin Hart. Thank you so much for joining me. You know, it's cold outside, lots of snow, lots of ice, but you can warm yourself up inside with a nice musical performance coming up this weekend. Tonight, in fact, is one of the performances from the Illinois Symphony Orchestra and a very special guest as well. So we are all be joining you right now. How are you guys doing?
Hi, Kevin.
Really well, thank you.
Doing good.
Thank you guys. So this performance is coming up this weekend. So Kate, you are going to be singing. Yes. So what's going on this weekend?
Oh my gosh, I got to sit in on rehearsals for the Rameau and the Haydn Symphony last night. And it really is going to be such a great way. We're all feeling weather and winter very much right now, and we're all so hopeful and anticipating spring. And I really think it is the perfect way to kind of get ready for spring and get excited about it. The music was beautiful that I got to hear, and then I also get to join them on 2 Bach arias and a beautiful piece by John Corigliano called Fern Hill, with chorus, chamber orchestra, and mezzo soloist.
Oh, that's going to be very good. The orchestra, Ken, you're directing the orchestra for this, yes?
Yeah, and it's actually, we started talking about this concert almost 3, maybe even 4 seasons ago. When I first got into town and became music director, I was looking at the colleges around Springfield and Bloomington Normal and wanting to see what sort of collaborations we can do with them. And you may remember we did a Beethoven 9 with the ISU chorus a few seasons back. But I also, everybody tells me that Illinois Wesleyan University has a fantastic vocal program. And so I met up with Scott Ferguson, who is the choral director, and over lunch some 3-4 years ago, and we said, okay, let's do something. Let's do something together, because Scott has a chamber choir of, before the pandemic, it was a little bit larger, but it's still a very decent size, a 30 really, really good singers. And so he suggested we do Corigliano's Fern Hill. And that's how this program sort of started. And around Fern Hill, because of the nature and so on, we sort of crafted a program together. And of course, we were supposed to do it last season, but it got canceled or postponed. But we just had to do it. And Kate, of course, I'll let you talk about it yourself, but Kate's actually a graduate of IWU. And in fact, Scott, when we decided on Fern Hill, we asked him, okay, we need a mezzo-soprano soloist for this. And the first thing Scott said, I have the perfect one for you.
Oh.
That's how we
I didn't even pay him.
So this is how it came about, and we are so glad, and we were sort of this close to maybe having to postpone it again because of the weather, but it's going to happen. And look, I'm looking outside; it's pretty sunny right now.
Yeah. So it should be going on fine. I think if the definitely it's like you said, the sun's coming out there, and it's the roads are getting plowed and everything. So yeah, but that is also something I do want to ask you guys about is rehearsing recently, because I've been at rehearsals for shows it just in the past 2 years in general, rehearsing, it's you it's been a lot of it's gone through a lot of changes, but some stuff has stayed the same. But and I guess especially also with the weather this entire past month, but with that and just all sorts of changes going on. How have rehearsals been for this concert? How have they been going?
Yeah. Well, shall I? Well, I mean, Kate, you should talk about from your singer's perspective too. But
Yeah.
I think we've gotten used to mass and a little bit of distancing and all that. We've had plenty of experience now, and everyone is vaccinated, and so we're doing everything we can to keep everyone safe. And the administration, the ISO administration, they're very good about it. And so we know what we have to do. I wear this mask that has got a clear plastic so people can still see my face, because that's so much of a conducting thing. And of course, wind players, they can't wear masks, but basically everyone wear their masks as until they cannot, because of doing the job. So that part, it's sort of we know what to do. But the snow part, again, we've had in this part of the world, we've had some experience. But yesterday was, it's pretty serious. But our orchestra manager sent out an email to everyone, just advising everyone to leave home early, because a lot of our musicians are from outside of, in fact, most of them outside of and some, like for instance, this time somebody drove from Minneapolis. So that's, even on a good day, is 6 hours. So it's a long time. So I know that chap, our flutist, started driving at 6 a.m. But what everybody told me yesterday was everything was fine until the last 60 miles or so. And that's when it got really, right, Kate? I mean, you had some sort of interesting journey here. Where did you travel from?
So I'm currently based in Decatur. My husband and I are both Illinois born and raised, and he is a composer on the faculty at Millikan University. So I will say I felt a little better when I got there, and everyone kept resonating that the last hour was the worst, because I only had an hour to go, but it was all bad.
Yeah.
But the things we do for the love of music and the love of art. I will reiterate though some of the things that Ken has said. It's been so interesting. I've always been aware that as a singer, I work these sometimes 2 to 5 day gigs, sometimes 2 to 3 week gigs. And every time, if I'm especially lucky, I'm surrounded by new colleagues instantaneously, and you get a feel for an organization and how they navigate challenges. And especially the last couple of years, I have some work as an administrator myself, so I'm very aware and very grateful when things run as smoothly as they do, and when you can just tell when an organization cares about their artists and are thinking about all of the different things. It's been really interesting. You talk about the concert and rehearsing. I can't say that I've ever had a moment that I didn't appreciate just how special it is to sing with an orchestra. I didn't anticipate going on and singing post college, so everything has still feels like this exciting gift that I get to experience every time. But I will say that this first year back, after 2 pretty solid years off, it's emotionally heightened and just absolutely wonderful. My husband came back from a choral concert 3 months ago, I believe, and he just said that he was just overcome with emotion, which he's a really wonderful guy, but that's not something that happens to him very often. And he said just the magic of being in an auditorium with people and feeling that electric energy and hearing that live sound hit you for the first time. I've gotten to do it again a little more regularly for the last 6 months, but for those audience members that, we are all kind of having to scrape off the excesses of nerves and the joys of sitting at Zoom in our pajama pants and saying, get out there and go to that concert. But I have not ever had an experience where I've gone to a concert live and not been absolutely excited and grateful that I'm there within the first 5 minutes of hearing that live music. So I really do encourage people, of course, to be safe and give yourself a little extra time. But if you are feeling kind of like the rest of us, pretty tired, a little downtrodden, looking for some inspiration and some pep and some hope and great joy, these pieces are all very joyous. And they're not joyous just for the sake of creating joy. They're like really fulfillingly so. They're very nice, substantial, joyful pieces. So it's been really great to get to sing with them, work with the organization.
That's amazing. I mean, really, and I mean, you hit the nail on the head talking about when you're physically there in a concert, any sort of musical performance. I mean, there is, it makes you feel good, but there is just like a feeling where you're just like, it's hard to explain, but people all people all know it. I mean, there's a, it could be a, orchestra, whatever it may be. It's just a huge, it's just this huge feeling that you get from it, and it's wonderful. And I'm there with you on the nerves too, because I am on the radio all the time, but like the first audition I did singing, like during that was like a year, maybe 2 years after I auditioned for something. I'm like shaking, holding my music. I'm like, I've sang before people so many times. How can I? It's like I don't get it.
We're all getting used to it a little bit again.
Yeah.
But the magic and the electricity that you feel from the audience. I mean, it probably says more about my artistry than anything else. Maybe something I need to work on. But I can definitely sense. I've done a lot of recorded performances over the last 2 years, and as great as they have been, it is nothing like feeding off of the audience, and the musicians feel that. All of us feel that. The audience feels that. I mean, there's just nothing that can replace that amazing. I don't know. Electricity is the best word for me to describe it, of the audience relationship with those of us on stage.
Yeah, I agree, and that's that sort of live, energetic, energizing performance that you'll see from a live production, a live concert, is something that you can see and experience yourself this weekend. What are the dates for this? Obviously, there's one today, but dates, times, and how can people get tickets, and where can they see this wonderful performance?
So people can watch tonight in Springfield at Sacred Heart Griffin High School. Will be in their theater and their auditorium. You can still purchase tickets through the UIS box office. They'll be closing that at noon. Otherwise, tickets are available at the door. You can pay with cash, card, credit card, or check. And tomorrow night we'll be in Bloomington at Second Presbyterian Church, 7:30 p.m. for both concerts. And same thing, you can call either the BCPA or the UIS box office before noon to get your tickets, or you can definitely buy them at the door.
All right. Very good. Well, all sorts of ways you guys can get your tickets there and watch. I'll make sure to get people the information as well, links out on an article and everything, so that people can easily get access to those tickets and see this wonderful performance. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Break legs tonight. It's going to be absolutely wonderful, I'm sure, tonight and tomorrow. And thank you, guys, so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks for helping us spread the word.
You bet. Absolutely. Thank you.